The MashUP is brought to you by William A. Smith & Son Insurance. You enjoy the game, we'll worry about the other stuff. And Davis Furniture on Route 9 in Poughkeepsie, giving our customers more and charging less for over 90 years. Hi everyone and welcome to the MashUP. Well, here we are at the end of the regular season and into playoffs as well as the Mahals in Section 9. And man, did the season fly by. Let's start with our wrap-up of the past week with the marquee matchup between Marlboro and New Paltz football, the big battle of the undefeated in Class B Section 9.
It looked like the whole town showed up for this one, and it was a defensive battle in the early goings as Jimmy Vierney gets blindsided by defensive back Monty Walker. And the same thing on the other side as Phil DeSantis gets stuffed by the New Paltz line. But John Perugino broke the ice with this 60-yard run for the first score of the game. It was 7-0 Marlboro after one. And in the first play of the second quarter, Phil DeSantis breaks free for a 65-yard jaunt. Marlboro led 14-0 at halftime. Fourth quarter, and it looked like a TD, but Vierney stepped out of bounds on the throw. So Vierney makes up for it with this strike to Axel Rodriguez, and the Huguenots are on the board. It's 14-7 Marlboro. But with 1:32 left in the game, the Iron Dukes get some William Smith & Son insurance as Sam Mangelli lofts one to Muhammad Banks, and Marlboro wins the battle of the undefeated 21-7 on the William A. Smith & Son insurance scoreboard.
We worked hard for the past, literally since January. Hard work since we have a really bad taste in our mouth since what happened last year, and we're just going to keep going harder, harder, harder. We're hungry now for the section. We're ready, and we're just gonna do what we did today.
In other action, Spackenkill earns a first week bye, but needed to work a little overtime to do it. The Spartans had a comfortable 16-0 lead, but James I. ONeill chipped away in the second half, and the next thing you knew, overtime. Here's how that game went down. The Red Raiders forced a punt, and oh baby, high snap. And all Andrew Bagley can do is stop and drop. It's 2 points for Spackenkill. On the follow-up kickoff, because we hate to say ensuing, watch Lewinson, and you'll see what we mean by shredding the defense. He picks the ball up at the 25, and just like that, Lewinson gets great field position with a 55-yard return. Adam Logren takes it himself and gets inside the 10. And a few plays later, calls his own number again as the Spartans take a 9-0 lead. In the second, ONeill was threatening, but Logren ends the threat with an interception to end the half with a 9-0 lead. Second half, Spackenkill defense is recharged and ready to go with a sack and a 15-yard loss for the Raiders. And it doesn't get any better for Kilner as he's swarmed for another loss. Meanwhile, it was north and south for the Spartans, with a little off tackle mixed in as Lewinson takes it 34 yards for the score. Spackenkill led 16-0. But ONeill wasn't going away that easy and was about to make things interesting. Hector Burgos rumbles for good yardage. And then Kilner takes it inside the 25. A little rollout flare pass to Justin Timble gets ONeill to the 1-yard line. And Burgos seals it up. The 2-point conversion made it 16-8 Spackenkill. But here comes ONeill. Kilner looks, but is in heavy pursuit. So he takes it to the outside, then back to the inside for a 42-yard run with just 24 seconds remaining in regulation. ONeill down 16-14, but the 2-point conversion takes the game into overtime with a 16-16 tie. On ONeill's first possession, Bagley
hits a 44-yard field goal with the friendly bounce that made it 19-16. But Lewinson from the 15 brings it down to the half-yard line. And from there, the powerful O-line of Spackenkill gets it done, and the Spartans win it 22-19 on the William A. Smith & Son scoreboard in overtime.
Big win for FDR as head coach Brian Bellino and the Presidents hosted Kingston.
At the end of the first quarter, FDR shows signs of life. Ryan Taylor hits Tyler Norman for a 28-yarder. And then to start off the second quarter, take a look at Jake Neeson. Later in the quarter, a 60-yard run by Elijah Hewitt. All the way down the sidelines. The two-point conversion was good, and FDR led 16-0 at halftime. Third quarter, a little bit of a miscue, and Kingston recovers and capitalizes into the end zone for the first score of the game for the Tigers. It's 22-7. In the fourth quarter, a 4-yard TD run here by E.J. Boudet gives FDR a comfortable 30-7 lead. And as time's winding down in the game, Kingston doesn't give up. A dump pass picks up huge yardage down to the 2-yard line. And Kingston is able to get one more score before this one is over, but FDR wins it decisively, 30-14 the final on the William A. Smith & Son Insurance scoreboard. Checking other scores from the area, big win for number 1 seed Arlington as the Admirals crushed Ossining 52-13. Arlington will host North Rockland Friday night in the Class A quarterfinals. John Jay gets a big win. Patriots shut out Mount Vernon 24-0. They will face Scarsdale on Saturday with a 1:30 start at Jay. Ketchum Indians fell to New Rochelle with a 48-6 loss. The Indians will play Mount Vernon in a consolation game. New Rochelle now moves on to the postseason sectional quarterfinals against Clarkstown South. Poughkeepsie picked up a big 34-28 win over Peekskill thanks to the arm and accuracy of junior quarterback Devontre Thomas. Thomas connected with receivers for 5 TDs. Big matchup for the Pioneers this weekend when they face rival Beacon. The Bulldogs came off a 28-8 win over Lincoln. Joe Candia had 2 TD passes. Both Poughkeepsie and Beacon are 2-5. Lords beat Brewster at home 28-7, and now they will face Harrison.
In soccer, what a win for the Ketchum Indians over their arch rivals, the John Jay Patriots.
Ketchum in the home white, and right off the bat, Mason Sanborn wastes no time, putting Ketchum on the board in the 10th minute of the game. Dylan Ramage follows that up with another as he threads this one among a host of Patriots. Jay had chances as Matt Howe shoots one just past the net. And in the second half, Howe again. But Chris Argento is there for the save. And Ketchum adds another shutout victory against the Patriots. 2-0 the final on the William A. Smith & Son Insurance scoreboard.
We played with very good intensity, I think. We weren't slow at all. When we started the game, we played really well, pressuring them, making sure that we get to the ball first, and we did a lot better job than the first game.
Elsewhere in soccer, it will be a Rhinebeck Red Hook doubleheader in Wallkill Thursday night as both the boys and girls team won their semifinal Mahal championship games and now will play for the championship on Thursday.
So that will do it for this edition of the Mashup. We like the views, we like the comments, keep them coming, spread the word. It's HVNN Sports providing rich video content. From all of us here, I'm Charlie Carnaccio. We'll see you next time.